Hello Joburgers, welcome to the last edition of Joburg Today for this year 2016, and I am your host Raymond Maruku. We hopped on the city sightseeing bus to experience the city from a different perspective.
Welcome to Josie's famous open rear top bus. I'm here to tell you that you should come on over to the City of Gold, jump on one of these buses and have an amazing time. Experience the city like you never have before. Many residents don't know is that we are the most visited city in Africa. Wow. 2 years in running, 2013 and 2014. And this is not just people who are landing in OR Tambo and then leaving, but it's actually people who are staying overnight, because we also the highest in terms of overnight spend for visitors. We are the magnet of tourism. And the nice thing about Johannesburg is that it's both leisure and business. Whereas other destinations or some of our sister cities, it is predominantly leisure, but we have a combination of both. So we have a lot to be proud of as Joburgers.
Why would you say this is the most vibrant part of Soweto?
The people. It begins with the people. Now, when I say people, I mean they're the ones who opened up their hearts to move forward. I mean to say, like back then and today is different. Back then you wouldn't find the life in which you find today in Soweto. So it all began with the locals who live around here, which you still playing a very big role in the tourism industry rather, as you can still see them here in the market.
We are now standing on the famous street in the world, Vilakazi Street, outside the house of our former president, Nelson Mandela, which is what makes the street so famous, but it's famous for other reasons as well. Tipiwe will expand for us.
So now where we're at is the stand 8115, which is the very house which Mr. Nelson Mandela used to stay in with the very wife, Miss Winnie Madikizela Mandela. So now the house you see on the background there is in a form of a matchbox house. Original, it was burnt before but rebuilt again to its original structure, where that very big company was Standard Bank, coming in a form of an endorsement to revamp this whole place as you see it now being opened in such an image of a memorial.
There's lovely restaurants out here as well, just to come enjoy with the family.
Yeah, there's a variety of things.
Be part of South Africa's history. Come down to Vilakazi Street, have a meal and embrace your heritage, or embrace the South African heritage.
There's this different type of feeling inside this part of Soweto. Everything it is that you'd love to see, township life, urban life, it's all basically found here.
Okay, so we're back on the bus and we had the most amazing day. I feel really amazing. It's been great fun, Gabo.
And refreshing, relaxing. City sightseeing is literally a link to all the attractions that are in Johannesburg. We link you to Soweto, we link you to the CBD on a hop-on, hop-off basis. You pay 150 on the bus or 160 online, and you get to experience so much that Johannesburg has to offer.
I had an amazing time. I must thank you so much. Thank you for hosting Joburg Today TV. It was absolutely fabulous being here. Sheena Mohammed for Joburg Today.
Do join the conversation on our social media platforms. Follow us on Twitter, that's Joburg Today, and like our Facebook page, that's joburgtoday.tv. Leroy, our man about town, visits one of the most advanced laser tag systems in the world, which also has a home right here in Johannesburg. The Black Ops Advanced Tactical Laser Tag offers a realistic, compact simulator facility.
Just because Joburg's a great city to live in doesn't mean you shouldn't learn how to protect yourself, which is why I'm here at Black Ops to learn a little bit more. I speak to CEO of Black Ops Laser Tag, Avinash Nair, to find out how his company's role fits within the South African security industry. So tell me, Avi, how did you come up with the idea for Black Ops?
So yeah, I came up with the idea in my head. I'm an avid gamer, so I love the first-person shooters. But also don't like being a couch potato. So the idea was to try to get people off the couch and onto the field and actually get some physical training or get physical activity done while you're actually enjoying the game.
But how relevant is this to the security industry in South Africa?
So the technology is very good. It's developed as a training technology. So it's not the laser tag that you're used to, the flashy lights and the neon walls and that sort of stuff. It's very realistic. Developed for the US Army, the NYPD, LAPD, even the Navy SEALs use it for training.
Wow.
So from a training for security perspective, it's very relevant. It's probably the most advanced force-on-force training solution in the world.
So how is the security industry here in South Africa taken up to this concept?
With the technology that we've brought in now, it's taken force-on-force training to the next level. We're starting from the ground up, so even from a recruitment perspective with new recruits for security companies, simulating house breakings, shop breakings, and see how they then react in different scenarios.
So basically they're getting the cream of the cream at the end of the day.
100%. So from the ground up, we're trying to bring in good talent and then also cultivate the talent that's in there and train them better.
So is this sort of environment, this realistic environment, limited only to security forces?
As I said, everyone wants to be a soldier or police or in the FBI. So our whole idea was, let's give the man in the street the opportunity to feel how it would be in Iraq or Baghdad. And so that's where we built this facility here.
I'm Leroy, man about town.
You thought we were done? Not a chance. So we take a recap at the Fees Must Fall protest, and we'd like to advise people out there not to overspend this holiday season, especially after the 8% increment on fees. Secure a positive start financially into 2017, making sure your children are ready for the academic year ahead.
We are currently here at the Wits University, and I'm with one of the student leaders for the Fees Must Fall protest, and she's currently a law student. So she's just going to give us a breakdown regarding today's occurrence today. How are you doing, Claire? I'm great, thanks. Can you please just give me your thoughts regarding today?
I think we're all still in shock of what's really transpired today. Students are still behind me. We're trying to gather everyone. Remember, we were dispersed multiple times by police very violently with rubber bullets, tear gas, stun grenades, you name it, they used it. So yeah, we're trying to pull everyone together. We're ultimately going to move to Solomon House now, try and debrief on the day's proceedings and ultimately a way forward. I think that, today again showed us the fact that Adam Habib in this council of the university seems to value actual classes more than human life. And it was something that we had said to him in the early hours of this morning to say, look, we're not opposed, we understand there's a need to go back to class, but we're also saying that the ground is so volatile that any attempt to go back to class now is only going to result in further tension. And I think we saw that. I myself, with other students, created a human chain in front of the Caspers. They continued to move forward. We didn't relent, and then they pepper sprayed us directly. There were stun grenades within a few meters of our bodies. I mean, I'm surprised we even got through it. We've lost count of the number of injured students. We're also trying to understand how many people have been arrested. They hunted us down like animals, when all we want is to open up access to education. We're not the bad guys here. And this really could have been avoided. And I'm going to say this again. Tomorrow, Adam Habib and the council of this university have an opportunity to prevent this action. We want to talk. But forcing the academic program open when we have nothing is also unfair. Because remember the General Assembly that was meant to sit? We had prepared for it. We were in negotiations until 3 or 4 in the morning. We prepared speeches, everything was done. We woke up with the South African public to a press statement by Adam Habib to say that in fact it was cancelled. Now had that General Assembly sat, we probably would have been a treasury right now, moving forward. So we also need everyone to play fair game. We understand we're under a lot of pressure, but right now we're looking at loss of human life. And if we're not going to take that seriously, then I think we've made a mistake. Because every single student behind me, as indicated today if you saw them, are willing to put their lives on the line, put their bodies on the line for the cause.
Hi guys, my name is Boiti and you're watching Joburg Today.
For more news on your African world-class city, do check out our playlist. That's all from me, Ray, and the rest of the Joburg Today crew. It's goodbye.